Space. Hey folks, welcome to another Print and Paint Kickstarter Countdown. This week, I found 18 new mini-related Kickstarter campaigns, so let's get right into it. First up we have The Ancestors, Tenjin. Tenjin, first of the Ancestors collection by Black Forge Games from Wellington, New Zealand. This is their first Kickstarter campaign. This exquisitely detailed 1/12 scale bust stands 26 centimeters tall and has plenty of fine textures for you to master painting with. It comes as STL files or as a resin cast miniature in parts, and is even hollowed out to allow LED lighting of his sword and the soul hammer in his left hand. You can get digital Tenjin and digital stretch goals, a pre-supported version of the same, or the physical version with physical stretch goals, or both digital and physical for collectors. Stretch goals include some animal companions, terrain, and alternate versions of Tenjin. This campaign ends on December 28th, with digital goals expected in February and physical goals expected in June. Dark Fantasy Creatures, 3D printable miniatures and terrain by 3D IP Studios of Madrid. This is their fourth Kickstarter campaign. The king is dead, his head on a pike, and as much as a power vacuum sucks, all hell rising up to take his place must be just a little bit worse. There's a good mix of fantasy foes here for your 3D printed tabletop. A snake woman, death himself, a lich king, a female demon, a male demon, a monster demon, a demon soldier, a demon centaur, a vampire, an orc warrior, a dragon, a troll, a goblin, and a dark warrior, as well as a banner with the king's head and a throne to contend for. Just 2 tiers, all in and merchant's rights, with stretch goals including more minis and bases. This campaign runs until December 22nd. Greek Architecture, Models for 3D Printing by Best 3D Building from Chicago. This is their 4th successful campaign. This is a collection of some pretty nice Greek architecture, with plenty of ruins, gates, and temples, rectangular and round. They didn't include much of a description, so this one is mostly just a slideshow. You can get all the models plus these stretch goals, or you can get all the models from their previous campaigns, or you can get either of those options with merchant's rights. This campaign ends on December 21st. The Gnomes of Agaldurs Keep, a new range of fantasy gnome metal miniatures from Northumbrian Tin Soldier of Whitley Bay, UK. This is their second Kickstarter. The main set includes 8 gnomes. There's the leader, the tracker, the alchemist, the fairy catcher, the knight, the shrew tamer, the jugger gnome, and Elder with Nutkins, his little squirrel buddy. There is also this set of 5 toads, and more gnomes in the stretch goals and add-ons. You can make a custom pledge and get what you want, or you can get the gnomes and toads with the mounted Death Stealer and a presentation box, or double the toads and get the No More Mr. Nice Guys and Toad Shrooms add-ons as well. Shipment is estimated for April, and this campaign runs until December 11th, so you'll have to hurry for this one. 10mm Zaporozhian Cossacks, Polish-Lithuanian medium infantry by Warmonger Miniatures of Worcester, Massachusetts. Their 11th campaign of 10mm historical figures. I only really have the one image to show you, but the metal ones are examples of their finished work. German Landsknechts with Zweihanders from their first Kickstarter campaign. A unit is made up of a standard bearer strip plus 14 more, 8 in column and 6 in line, selected randomly, and you can get 2 units, 4 units, or 8 units. This campaign ends on December 14th, and shipments are expected in February. Greater God, 28mm resin miniatures or STL files for printing by Heresy Lab of South Milwaukee. Living up to their name, this campaign, like many of their 20 previous, is purely heretical in the Emperor's eyes. I won't try to read you all of their names, but there's a group of leaders, some scouts, and some militia members. They always seem to have some drones nearby, as well as a couple of other filthy Xenos species as allies. There are different tiers for resin and digital rewards. In resin, you can get 1, 5, 10, 20, or 30 different models with freebies and stretch goals for 10 and up, as well as retailers tiers where they deliver the models in blister packs. For digital, you can get 1, 10, or all the models with the exclusive add-ons included. Digital rewards are slated for March, physical rewards to be delivered in April. This campaign ends on December 22nd. Lords of Tegraria, a collection of more than 60 high-quality STL files by the Lords of Tegraria from Madrid, their first Kickstarter campaign. From barrels and beds to wardrobes and wheelbarrows, this is a large assortment of everyday objects to fill out your adventures. You can get the set on the left or the set on the right with all the walls and stretch goals shown after, both tiers including merchants' rights. This campaign finishes on January 1st. When the Busts Tell Stories, the first Kickstarter by Dragonkin Miniatures of España, Spain. This project was the result of stories told with her followers around the idea of humanoid rats. Asking, what does she do with her hands started the conversation that led to these designs. Lou and Patch, and Old Sewa. In STL or in resin, you can get either individually or both together, with digital files delivered in February and physical models in April. This campaign is over on December 22nd. Greenskull Castle, 15 resin cast goblin miniatures, the first Kickstarter by MV Create of Milan. There are 3 sets of 5 goblins each, the Wise, the Warriors, and the Craftsfolk, each with a class and appropriate details. There is a Standard Bearer, Wizard, Cleric, Jester, and Treasurer in the Wise group, a Paladin, Barbarian, Executioner, Manhunter, and the Fanatic in the Warriors group, and there is an Alchemist, an Engineer, a Thief, a Cook, and a Bagpiper for the Craftsfolk. You can get 1 mini, 1 set, or all 3 sets, and there is a custom pledge tier where you can just pay for the minis or sets of the minis that you want. This campaign ends on December 24th, shipments expected between March and June. Arbiter Miniatures Kickstarter 2, Desolate Plains. Supportless 3D Miniatures by Thies Hogg Jacobsen of Copenhagen, his second Kickstarter campaign. This is a nice collection of 3D printable monsters for your tabletop, and a couple bits of terrain as well. There are goblins, a fallen knight, hyena men, goat men, harpies, werewolves, centaurs, and a troll, as well as a cauldron, a gravestone, and a bunch of trees. You can get just the terrain, or just the minis, both together, and there is also a merchants tier. Stretch goals include more minis and monsters, as well as a couple of dead travelers. This campaign is finished on January 2nd. Immortal King's Fantasy, War Golem, by James Franzen of Santa Fe. This is his 5th Kickstarter campaign. Only concept art for this one so far, and just the 1 model, but sculptors are standing by ready to begin upon successful funding. Stretch goals include alternate poses and weapons, and a painting guide. You can get a digital download, wargame scale and painting scale physical minis, which I presume means 32mm and 75mm, digital files in January, and physical models estimated for February. This campaign ends on January 2nd. A 3D printable little village by Zoltan Miklos of Rennes, France. His first Kickstarter campaign. This set is mostly comprised of different sections of road and intersections, various different degrees of curves, a straight and a Y, and a four-way intersection. There is also a church and mention of a house. For tiers, you can get all of those just mentioned, those plus stretch goals and extras, and a tier where you can request models to be sculpted that then become those extras. There are also some merchant rights tiers. This campaign is over on January 3rd. Pulp Heroes, the printable superhero board game by Medfan Games from Montessoy, France, who have made a few successful Kickstarter board games in the past. This set comes with 4 good guys, 6 bad guys, and an impressive amount of terrain. It also comes with a physical box containing a bunch of printed cards and stuff, and a PDF with everything you need to play. There is a set of extras that has an additional 7 heroes, some scatter terrain, and a full chess set. You can get just the chess set, the box set with the STL files, optionally including the extras, or the extras chess set and stretch goals, which include more heroes and terrain. Delivery is estimated for March, and the campaign runs until January 3rd. Cat Knights by Blood Carrot Knights, 54mm resin cast kitties. This campaign is run by Wendy's Miniatures of Surendonk, Netherlands. This is their 9th Kickstarter campaign. There are 5 core kitties in this set: Furan the Destroyer, William Talus, Sir Kittingham, Meowromant, and Meowlord of Catsville. Stretch goals include some alternate heads and accessories, as well as some new kitties. You can get 1 kitty, all 5 kitties plus stretch goals, 5 sets of kitties, or even 5 sets plus a unique head sculpted for one of the bodies to a picture you send them, and then professionally painted. Estimated shipments run from April to June, and this campaign ends on January 3rd. Dragonkin, 28mm metal miniatures by Dustin Weir of Lafayette, Indiana, who has had 1 successful Kickstarter campaign so far. This is a set of 3 Dragonkin brutes. They are all ready to be cast, just waiting on funding. You can get 1 random mini or all 3, with shipments expected in January. This campaign ends on January 3rd. World War I Busts and Figures by Dolmen Miniatures of Valladolid, Spain, who have 1 successful Historical Busts Kickstarter under their belts already. This one includes 2 flying aces of World War I, and 2 movie characters, with all but the last having 2 head options. Eddie Rickenbacker and Georges Guinemer were 2 flying aces. Warhorse and Gallipoli are from World War I movies. They've done their best to provide sizes for everyone, to the point that trying to tell you all the different tiers would get boring, including 1/32, 1/10, and 1/12 scale, as well as 75 and 90mm. Shipments are expected in January, and the campaign runs until December 22nd. "3D Battle Area", modular 3D printable dungeon tiles and walls by 3D Battle Area of Cour Saint-Etienne, Belgium. This is their first Kickstarter campaign. This is a whole dungeon tile system using Omega clips to connect the tiles and walls, but also designed to fit magnets. And the tiles themselves are modular, meaning they can be assembled differently based on your preferences. The core set comes with 5 floor types, a couple dungeon walls and doors, and a dozen floor pieces and the little Omega clips. The extended set adds verticality to the mix, and there is also a dice tower. You can get the core sets, the core and the extended sets, or both with the dice tower, all 3 coming with the stretch goals. They mentioned merchant rights in the description, but I couldn't see it in the tier lists. This campaign ends on December 31st. "3D Printable Sci-Fi Scenery Pack 2" by Caledonia Miniatures of Spokane, Washington, whom have had 4 previous miniature-related Kickstarters. This pack contains 4 dice towers, wall tiles, a communications building, a spaceship and a cargo hauler, 3 portals, 3 crates, and 8 different floor tiles. You can get the whole pack, or you can get it with their previous Kickstarter, Sci-Fi Pack 1. And there is also merchant rights tiers. Delivery is estimated for February, and the campaign runs until January 5th. Thanks for watching, everyone. Which was your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.